How you doing, guys? Today we have 2004 Ford F150. Customer lost the only key and we'll make it from scratch. Let's get started. So I'm gonna use Lishi FO38 and I'm gonna pick the lock open. In the door there is only pins from 1 to 6, so all I need to pick is from 1 to 6. I'm looking for the pins that they are binding. Every one that it's springy I do not touch, and if everything is, all the binding is picked, we can decode the lock. I'm gonna check the same 6 pins and I'm gonna get 6 out of 8 pins, and I'm gonna put it in my InstaCode software, and we'll get, based on the database, Ford database, we'll see based on those 6 what are the extra 2 combinations that Ford made. We can get either 1 or 2 or 3, and we'll have to test all of them. So when we cut the first key, all of those keys will work on the door, but on the ignition only the one with the accurate 2 extra pins will work. So it's a trial and error. We need to try and cut the first one and test it in the door, test it in the ignition. If it doesn't work, I go to the next option. For this option, InstaCode gives me only 2 options, so I'm gonna have to cut either one or the second. So I'm gonna use SEC E9 high security machine and age 75 blank. I'm gonna go to search. I'm gonna look for age 75, 8 cuts, and I'm gonna put the first option that I got out of InstaCode, the 6 that I read, and the extra 2 pins, and I'm gonna cut it. After it's been cut, I'm just gonna clean up the key and we're gonna test it on the door lock and the ignition. The key turns fine on the door, very nice and smooth, but when I put it in the ignition and I try to turn, the ignition doesn't even want to turn. That means the 2 extra is not the correct one. So I'm going to take another blank and I'm going to put it again in the machine, and I'm only going to change the last 2 digits with the second option that I get from InstaCode, and we're going to cut this key and test it again. In the meanwhile, I'm going to prepare 80-bit chip H92, because this car needs to be chip key programmed. After I checked it, everything was working fine, so I'm gonna use Rytan RY200, and I'm gonna duplicate the blade that I cut that turned the door in the ignition. I'm gonna duplicate it with the chip, so it saved me time on waiting on the high security machine. I'm gonna flip it over and cut the second side. I'm checking with my finger to the edge to feel that both keys are located right on the right position. I'm going to brush it to clear all the metal shavings, and that's it. Now I'm going to use KM100 Autel key machine. The OBD is already connected. I'm going to go to immobilizer. I'm going to go to Ford. I'm going to go to automatic selection, and I'm going to read the VIN number. When you try to read the VIN number, you need to have the ignition on position, and you will see the security light on the dashboard blinking very fast because the key is not programmed. I'm going to choose Ford. I'm going to choose F150 blade key, and I'm going to approve that this is the right year, make, and model. I'm going to go to hot function. I'm going to go to add key, and I'm going to hit start. It tells me that it's not going to erase the other keys. I'm going to say yes. Then it's going to go through the security system, and it will show me the amount that currently have, and now it shows me 3 in the memory. That means that everything is programmed and the security light is off. He asks me if I want another key. I say no, and that's it. If we done everything correctly, the car should start like that. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching.